Hello everyone, I am delighted to present a video that I dedicated to the global sporting event of the moment. I am obviously talking about the World Cup. I propose to you a prediction platform on Excel program where you can plan your scenarios of the World Cup and then challenge your friends or colleagues. The goal of the game to be the best prognosticator in your circle. The idea is very simple. You download the document I made for you. Each participant completes it. You consolidate the data. It's very simple, don't worry. And according to the real results of the World Cup, you see the ranking between each competitor being updated. You will locate the link to source the file just below the description. You can discover along with me here to support and guide you along. So here is the file composed of 5 tabs that I present to you. We begin by completing our predictions. You proceed to the tab Player Predictions and you indicate on the blue cells all your predictions. We start with group A, and as we go down, we have all the groups ending with group H. On the right, you will observe all the knockout rounds until the final, even at the third place match. So the first match, let's imagine an Ecuadorian victory 1-2 against Qatar. Look at what happened instantly. You have Ecuador getting 3 points and Qatar 0 points as they lost. We will fill in the rest. So Senegal, Netherlands, let's say 1-2 for Netherlands, Qatar, Senegal 1-1, Netherlands, Ecuador 2-2, and Netherlands, Qatar 0-3-0, 3-0, and Ecuador, Senegal, a victory for Senegal. Now the ranking has been updated. The first of the group is the Netherlands with 7 points. We have the number of wins, draws, number of goals scored, conceded, and the goal difference. Just below we have Senegal and Ecuador both with 4 points each. So it's important, but we're going to focus a little bit on the official FIFA rules. So the first differentiation is done by the number of points. If there exists an equalizer on the number of points, we look at the best goal difference. If equal on this criterion, we then look at best attack, so the greatest number of goals scored. If still deadlocked, then we are in an extremely rare case. We then move on the points of fair play. So it's determined by the number of yellow cards or red cards. And if we are still equal, then we live on a draw. So in our document, we base ourselves solely on the first 3 criteria. So we don't do a simulation on the number of yellow or red cards or a prediction on the FIFA draw. So back to the file, we see that Senegal and Ecuador are equal. So on the second criteria of the goal difference, we have the same result. And on the third criteria, the number of goals scored, there we see that Ecuador has scored more goals. So Ecuador goes on the next step. Let's imagine a different scenario if in the second match Senegal had lost 2-3, then we have the same 3 criteria for the both teams. To correct it, we just have to make a slightly different prediction choice. So here we can change the result between Qatar and Senegal to 2-2, for example. So the ranking, as you can see, has been updated. We complete the data down to group H to finish. The first 2 in each group hereby qualify for the next stage, and we have the information for the second round here. So on the first match between Argentina and Tunisia, I put a win for Argentina 3-2. So Argentina qualifies for the next round. And look at the second round of 16, we are unsure for who Argentina will play. Well, if we put 2 for each, we have the penalty shootout that will appear. We just have to input the number of penalties scored. So now it's the English. We will then qualify and we will see the winner appear. We will complete the set until the end, the final. Germany, Belgium. I put the Germans as winner, 3-1. And the match for the third place, Argentina being the winner against France. So now we move on the last step, which is the consolidation of all the data. So here on this tab, we have completed all our predictions for the World Cup and everything is displayed on the right. This data that appear with the name of Julien Dupont, so it's my first name on the game. I filled it on the left, so you can fill it too. Put your name and it appears on the database. You have to select all this data. So you go down, you select everything, then you do a right click, copy, and then you go to results on the sales A2, and you just have to do a right click and the past value. On there you have all the data that has just been integrated. You will then integrate the other data from all the other players, and I'm going to propose a diagram. Imagine there are 5 of you playing. You will then have to appoint a person in charge of the consolidation. In this case, it is Cécile, who will collect all the files from her friends and create a consolidated group document and then forward it to everyone. This is the scheme that I'd advise you to follow. We send everything to the same person, she consolidates it and then sends it back to other participants. I'll show you now how to consolidate. I put myself in the role of the person in charge of the consolidation. So I received all the files of my friends. So I open the first document. So this is the document of Cécile. So I'm going on the database and I select the entire database. So from the cell CB10 to CI89. It's very important, CB10 to CI89, and I copy and paste value just below the previous name. Here we go. Now I'm going down and I do the same thing for the other participants. So now for Jonathan, I copy and paste just below the base of Cécile. Here we go. Then Mehdi, so ditto, I copy and paste on the column A. It's very important in the column A. And finally, the last person, Bruno Regodero, what a strange name, whatever. I select the entire thing and I copy paste value underneath. So be careful please with the copy and paste value. It's on the column A and it should be on value. So let's imagine a scenario. The World Cup commences. We proceed to the first tab and it is on this tab that we will indicate all the results for the World Cup, the real results. So the first match is Qatar against Ecuador. Let's imagine a real result of 2-1 for Ecuador. So now we go into the tab All Results. Each match has a reference. So the first match is, the reference is A1. So we make a filter on A1. And we can see that Julian has 2 points. Cécile has 1 point. Mehdi has 0 point. And then Bruno has 2 points. So let's explain it. So why Mehdi receives 0 point? It's because he bet on Qatar's victory. And Qatar, as we saw it, lost. Cécile has 1 point. It's because she correctly guessed Ecuador's victory. And then Julian and Bruno, both of them have 2 points. It's because the prediction is perfect. They guessed the perfect score 2-1. So now I'm going to show you a diagram of all the points. So we just saw it on the previous example. So on the group matches, if you predicted the right winner, you get 1 point. If you predicted the perfect score, it's 2 points. At the end of the group stage, if you guessed the right team to qualify for the next round, so it's 2 points. If you guessed the team in the quarter-final, it's 5 points. On the half final, so semi-final, it's 5 points. And on the final, it's 10 points. So it means that if you guessed the two teams qualified on the final, you get 20 points. And the winner of the third place, you get 5 points. And finally, if you guessed the winner of the World Cup, you get 15 points. So the World Cup is ongoing. Let's see what happens in the duration. So we are at the end of the group stage. I've put the scores up to the end of Group H. So we know the qualified teams. So we'll go now to the ranking tab. Ranking, good. So there we have the ranking. I'm just updating it. So right click, I update it. And you have on live the updated results. So Bruno Rigodero is the first one with 65 points. And in last position, we have Madi, so with 34 points. So we can look at Bruno's case. So Bruno, we're going to filter on his first name. And we will look at his prediction. So yes, so this is Bruno's prediction. So as we can see, there is a lot of 2 points. So on the right column, the real scores are shown. So for example, here Senegal and the Netherlands, 2-0. So he has guessed the right match, the perfect score. So when you go down, see the group stages. We go down here. Here we go. So you have all the group stages, and where you see 2 points, so it means that the right qualifiers is guessed. So then we didn't complete the quarterfinal, etc. So if we go down, as you can see, there's nothing because we didn't fill it. It says 0. So we'll go back to the first tab now, and we will simulate the rest. So the first game, Argentina against Denmark for the round of 16. So I put 2-0 for Argentina. Netherlands, Wales, so 3-0 for Netherlands. And now I speed up a little bit. So for the final between Argentina and England, so I put a victory of Argentina 1-0. And on the third place match, so it's a match between Belgium and Germany, so I put a victory of Germany. So then we go to the tab All Results. So the pivot table, we have the pivot table, right click, refresh, and we have the ranking updated. So it was very, very close between Bruno and Cecile. So Bruno is the winner, and Cecile is second, and Jonathan and Mandy are last with 44 points. So I have added another tab, graphics tab. So there you just have to update the pivot table on the right. So you click right, you click on refresh. You can go also on the top to the top analysis. You click and refresh all, and you have the evolution of the ranking of the World Cup. So the curves of each participant. You have below the number of perfect match, guest on the group phase, and then below you have the detail match by match. You have a summary of each score of each participant. So to get the document, it's very simple. You just have to click on the link in the description. You can get it by doing onto the Vyble Consulting website. And I hope you thoroughly enjoy the video. Don't hesitate to put a like or a comment. I'll be very happy to answer. Thanks you all and see you soon. Take care.